Morning, everyone. Well, finally some relief today. After I talked to y'all yesterday, well, apparently I must have been getting kind of ill yesterday morning when I was talking to you, but anyway, I spent the whole day in bed yesterday. So sick. Um, I think it was a stomach virus. Between vomiting and going to the restroom, but the pain was worse than anything. Laying in bed, trying to get through it, and still trying to function a little bit. And I guess this is part of what I'm trying to get people to understand on this channel. I finally did get the channel named to what I was looking for through from the very beginning. Uh, uh, Create the life you desire. If you think you can, you're right. So the human race, everyone has the ability to create the life they want because we're extensions of the one creator of the universe. And we were given that ability placed within us to do that. And the universe is set up with laws like, you remember Genie in the Bottle? In the lamp, Aladdin's lamp, and all that kind of good stuff. Well, that was just an off story of really, truly telling the truth about what us humans are. But, and of course, in the Bible, the canons kind of describe a lot of that, but there's other entities, and I'm not sure whether they're real out there or whether they're just part of who we are. That we have the bad guy and the good guy within us. I'm not sure how that works yet, but whenever you set your direction in creating the life you desire, these obstacles pop in. I mean, not just obstacles, but people will come into your life. Um, Situations will come into your life, uh, like depression and different things wearing on your thought process will come in and try to distract you from creating the life you desire. Now, like I've said before, words are very powerful because John, the one of the disciples, said in the very beginning of his dialogue in his book, said, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Logos, the Greek word logos. So our words are very powerful. That's why we've been given the ability to speak. All the other creatures on the earth, well, you might say, well, parrots talk. Well, they just mimic. They're not thinking to the capacity that we can think and speak our words. But like the Creator, we were given all the abilities to create our life. And you can look at this a whole another different way if you want to, and it's just not for, should I say, religious people, not just for the Christians. Excuse me. This happens when I start talking because the phlegm starts coming up. But even your so-called bad guy down the street can do this because he's a human being, she's a human being, and whatever they conjure up in their brain, and they start speaking the words to themselves, especially to themselves, That's the kind of life they're going to create for themselves. Um, that's just like we can sit around and say, "Woe is me, poor is me," like I do at times, which that's not a good thing. But I do it on my channel so I can show you all what life is like, trying to create the life you desire, and all these obstacles that can come along. And like this, for instance, to get you guys agitated so you won't listen. Now, I'm not doing it. I mean, my body's doing it, but whatever is trying to stop y'all from learning that we create the life. And subconsciously, some of us desire to stay poor. Some of us desire to, because that's the way we were programmed from the time we were born. And whoever or whatever, if whatever source is out there besides the creator, develop these programs and stuff and these subliminal things on TV to keep us poor, to keep us down, to keep us sad, keep us no sunlight, like they do the chemtrails to keep the sun covered up because they know that we need that sun. Animals need that sun. Plants need that sun. So, but yeah, yesterday was really terrific for me. And I just had to rest all day. I mean, it was miserable. Now, I did, however, yesterday morning, I ordered some more groceries. And I had to go down and I had to go pick it up, right? Well, I went down there and I'm all this queasy and all this going on in my head and everything. And I got back. I brought in what I was going to bring in for like the refrigerator or something like that. And then I went and laid down. I'm in there laying down, trying to absorb what I accomplished. And so that I can know that I'm still moving forward with what it takes for me to create the life I desire. Now, I'm in there laying down and trying to rest that, and then all of a sudden, and mind you, I hadn't eaten anything. All I had was like half a cup of coffee yesterday morning. And I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, I feel this whatever because I hadn't had this happen to me in a long, long, long time. And I knew that if I didn't get to the bathroom, like right now, I was going to vomit all over the place. Well, I hurried up and I got to the bathroom. I leaned over the sink and just a little bit. And I thought, okay, I controlled that. And I sit down on the commode to handle anything else that might be going on. And I'm sitting there and it came up. I mean, it came up all over the floor, but all it was coffee. So nothing absorbed from morning to then. But that was all I had. Oh, but it was miserable. But in that instance, it did keep me from moving forward with the day. My daughter had come down to visit me just before I went down to get the groceries, and we were sitting there talking about her dealings with people that don't seem to know how to think for themselves. And it takes her to do the thinking for them. But what happens to them after she does everything to get them set up into a home and Try to get everything there where it looks like it's real smooth. Now you can do this, this, and this. What happens after all of that? I don't know. It depends on how long they stay in the program. If they stay in the program and they go to therapy and stuff like that, but some of them don't want to go to therapy. To Like, I know I've went to therapy before. In fact, I've even been thinking about going back just to have somebody to talk to. But I have the Creator that I talk to, and I talk to myself. But do they stay in therapy the rest of their life, or do they stay there until they learn how to think for themselves and things like that? I did a little short video yesterday about how nobody's thinking anymore. Nobody knows how to think. Did they ever know how to think? Is it because of the educational system that don't teach us how to do that? Getting hard holding this with my hand. But yeah, so this channel is about create the life you desire. And there's a lot of obstacles that are coming at me in my life. And I'm sure that once anybody else starts trying to improve their life, because those dark entities, or whether it's in your own brain or in your subconscious, or however, in fact, it would behoove a lot of you guys out there to start studying about the subconscious and the conscious, and whether you're conscious about are you aware that who you are and what you're doing. We are a spirit in a body, living what God wanted for us. So there's the id, there's the ego, there's the consciousness, which is the main one. The main one is the consciousness. It's the one that you've got to really follow. The subconscious comes from how we were raised, and all that kind of good stuff. And what you train your subconsciousness to do or be or whatever. But yeah, I know a lot of people don't really understand what this channel is about, but uh, now that I'm getting more of a handle on what my life and what I'm trying to do with my life, it'll succumb to what the name is. So, but life is hard. And do we have what it takes to overcome the hardness? That's just like this morning. Okay, I got over the one sickness, and I'm trying to let Sassy out, and I have to bend over to put the lead on her to let her outside. And across my hip and across my back, I got leaned down to do that, and it hurt so bad I couldn't stand there for a second anymore, so I had to readjust myself. So yes, and a lot of times that comes along with old age, but there's young people that have osteoporosis, arthritis too. So um, how do we handle that? Well, well, how I've been trying to handle it is trying to make my little abode more homier, more easy accessible to everything that I need, so that it's not so hard on me when I'm doing certain things, so that I can at least sit down at a meal and enjoy it, and or sit down comfortably and watch a TV program or do some reading or whatever. Get ready to go maybe to, I don't know, there's no place to go anymore. There's too many hateful people out there to go and be around people. I mean, there's good people, yeah, there are, but they're few and far between, let me tell you. So, but anyway, this is just some of the obstacles that hit me while I'm trying to create the life I desire. And for me, and for anybody, we have to learn not to speak the negative stuff while we're going through this pain or this sickness or whatever. And sometimes it's hard to do. I mean, I can tell you right now, just like my surgery knee, I still got to stretch it to the places and stuff that needs to be stretched. But just like right now, I've got it propped up. Well, there's a spot inside there that the muscle that when I stretch it or move it a certain way, it makes me ill at my stomach. I know it just, I mean, it hasn't reached my stomach, but I can feel it in there that it's kind of a stomach ache. I don't know how to explain it, but but so now today, which I did have one of them stretchy bands. I'm going to get me a stretchy band that I can sit here and while I'm watching television or something, and I'm going to do stretch that leg. Well, stretch both legs really, but continue to stretch this leg. And I got to do some what do you call them, stoops and stuff like that. But like I said, if I don't take some kind of a pain pill for the back problem, then I got that issue too. So I don't like taking meds. So you have to pick and choose what's going to get you to be able to speak. Think first. Think of what you want your life to be, and evaluate that to see if that's really feasible for what you want. I mean, sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't, but you got to really sit down and think. Well, like say for instance me here. I've been thinking about just getting another camper that is situated the way I'd like it to be. Is that a feasible thing to do? I mean, it's going to take more money. But on another hand, what am I saving my money for? Well, what would I be saving my money for? So there's all those things that you got to think in your head and think critically, think logically, think about all the variables that would uh, cause you to make different decisions. But once you speak it out of your mouth and you believe it that it's going to be, then it's going to be. So if I was to sit here and say nothing good's ever going to happen for me, I'm not. I'm going to be stuck in this camper for the rest of my life. And if I believe that, that's the way it's going to be. Just that plain and simple. If I sit around and say I'm poor as a church mouse, I don't have enough money to cover my meds, I don't have enough money to cover my food, I don't have enough money for anything, or I can't afford that, well, then that's the way it's going to be. Anything that we say after I am, because I am is the name that the Creator gave Moses. Tell them that I am, because he asked about what his name was, and he said, I am. So we're extensions of the Creator, that when we say I am, that's what we become. So remember, a merry heart doeth good like medicine, and a broken spirit will dry up your bones, and you'll wither away and not be able to get any place to do anything. You'll just lay there and waste away. And remember, if you believe you can or if you believe you can't, you're right. And if you believe you can, then do something about it. Move forward. Find find a way to move forward one way or another, even if it's just say you you want more money. Say you're on Social Security. Oh, my hand. And you're allowed to have more money. Then I know, I holler about these YouTube people on here all the time, but now, right now, my money's down. I mean, it went down way back when because, for one, I think I just quit trying. But um, get a YouTube channel. Find out something that you like, and you've seen how many times I've changed it. There's a little girl, and I don't know whether she's in the United States or whether she's in another country. They don't have, from what I can see, what they show on the video. She's a little Spanish girl, it looks like to me. And she goes on and does makeup on her mother, on her grandma, on her great grandma, and um, and she's only 9. She's only 9 years old, and she's got thousands of subscribers. She's got thousands of viewers, and that brings in money. So she's doing, and even I think her mother has a channel too, and maybe her aunt too. So they're doing what they're taking advantage of their opportunities. The opportunities are put out there, and that's what we need to do. We need to take advantage of the opportunities that are there. And I've had all these thoughts and these uh, dark entities out here trying to tell me just to drop my channel, get rid of it, and give up. Well, I'm hanging in there, folks. I'm hanging in there. I'm not going to give up just yet. And but anyway, like I said, if you believe you can, if you believe you can't, you're right. Get her done, folks. Get her done. You have a great day.